Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a makeup do and don't. So by that, as you can see on this side, I've done how I would recommend you do your makeup, and on this side is how I personally would recommend you don't do your makeup. So neither of these sides are right, and I don't feel like there are any rules with makeup. So if you do some things with your makeup routine like I've done on my don't side, I'm not saying that how you're doing is wrong. I'm just saying that on my do side, this is how I would recommend you alter that a little bit, just to make it a little more natural and flawless. So I hope you enjoy this video, and again, make sure nobody takes offense to this. It is the first time that I've ever done a video like this, and of course I'm not meaning any offense by anything that I say, but don't forget to let me know what you think of this video, because I had a lot of fun filming it, mainly because I got to do some crazy things to this side of my face that I would never do. But yeah, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button on my video and to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and leave me any comments. Okay, so starting with foundation, obviously on this side I'm doing makeup do's, and on this side makeup don'ts. I would always recommend for foundation to stick with a foundation colour that either matches your skin tone, or if you're really stuck, my opinion is to go a little bit lighter with your foundation. That way you can actually warm it up with bronzers, blush, contour and highlight. Whereas if you go too dark, you have that risk of getting a line and just looking like your face is much darker than your body. So for my makeup do side and the good side, I'm going to be using Maybelline Superstay makeup in Sand Beige. So the way I do recommend applying foundation is by putting a little bit on the back of your hand. I love the Beauty Blender at the moment. It is a really good way to apply liquid foundation evenly, and it's pretty foolproof. A little bit easier than using a foundation brush like this, whichever way suits you is best. So just using the Beauty Blender, I'm going to apply a fairly even coverage of foundation all over the face. A good way to know and to make sure that your foundation is matching your skin tone is that it blends evenly down onto the neck. So once I've done that side, I'm going to go in with a foundation on my don't side that's a little bit too dark, and I'm actually going to apply it with my fingers. So I'm using Maybelline New York Fit Me. It's a dewy and smooth look foundation. I do actually like the feel of this foundation. The only thing is I bought it in the wrong colour. So this, I could probably get away with using this. It's just that I like my foundation to be my skin colour or slightly lighter. I definitely don't like going darker. I never use my fingers for anything. It's so messy and it's just not something I like doing. So just bear with me here. So as you can see already, it's definitely way too dark, and it's not going on evenly at all with my fingers. I'm actually going to leave down on my neck a little bit, just because, yeah, obviously I wouldn't recommend stopping your foundation at your neckline. My face looks so muddy. It's disgusting. Okay, so once I've done my foundation, I normally move into concealers. I think an important thing to remember when concealing is not to just focus on the under eye area. So I like to use my fingers. I pop a little bit of the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer on the back of my hand, and then I'm actually going to create that triangle shape that I always recommend in my videos. So down like that and up to the outer edge of the eye, and then blend that in with my finger. Okay, so on the don't side, I purchased this Rimmel London concealer. It's called Hide the Blemish concealer. It's actually a stick. It's not that I think that these shouldn't be used, these concealers. It's just that they're hard to use because they're so stiff, and then for the purpose of the don't side, I'm just going to apply the concealer under my eye area, just in that shape. So as you can see, it's not giving quite the same effect, and I'm just going to blend that out with my finger. So yeah, as you can see, at the moment, this side has really reflected the light from under my eyes, and this side's just focused on this. If anything, it sort of closes the face a little bit. For the purpose of this, on the do side, I'm going to be using my Melissa Scene contour palette like I usually do in my videos, and I'm just going to go into my Sigma angled contour brush, and I'm going to use the darker colour there in the middle and I'm just going to contour my face where I normally would. So on the don't side, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to use my Melissa Singh contour palette again. And I'm just going to heavily contour, which, as you can see, that's not blending well. It's just not looking as natural as the other side, and that's not what we want. So I'm just going to go a little bit heavy on the top just to show you how that will affect my face shape as well. Moving on to brows. So this is a big thing as well. I think, you know, everybody likes to shape their eyebrows in different ways. I personally prefer a gradient in colour, so obviously darker on the ends and build the colour in. Some people really like a square shaped eyebrow. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to do my eyebrows on this side how I would normally do them, and on this side I'm going to go quite overboard. I'm going to use the NYX Tame and Frame Tinted Brow Pomade. If you've seen my brow tutorial, which I'll link below, you will know that I like to brush them into place with the Anastasia No. 12 brush. And I'm going to go into my pomade and I'm going to draw my eyebrows on. I wouldn't recommend drawing a straight line at the beginning of your brow to start from. I think that's just probably a little bit too harsh. This stuff is going to be so hard to get out of my eyebrows. It's going to be insane. So once I've done the brows, I'm going to move on to eyeliner before eyeshadow today, just to show you the way I wouldn't recommend doing eyeliner without the eyeshadow there, just to give you a better look of, you know, how I would recommend to do it as well. So it should start at the end of your top lash line out towards the end of your eyebrow. So that's the shape I'm going to go with. Okay, so that's the side done, and that's how I would recommend doing your eyeliner. So out towards the end of your eyebrow and just bring it back across. Now, a mistake that I see that happens a lot with eyeliner, it's not necessarily a mistake, it's just, I used to do it myself, and it's by doing the eyeliner too high. Now that could be because the eyebrow itself's drawn on slightly out of shape, so the end of your eyebrow should technically end sort of in line with the bottom of your nose, edge of the corner of the eye. Which you'll be able to see as I take the photo and show you a bit closer why that looks too high and why it doesn't look right. Alright, so now that I've done that winged liner, I'm going to go in with a little bit of eyeshadow, but I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Basics palette, and I'm going to go in with probably these darker two colours to start with. Again, it's not a tutorial, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just showing you where I would keep my eyeshadow inside. And I would always start applying your darker colour on the outer edge of the eye and gradually bring it in. And I'm going to apply a little bit down on the bottom lash line. How I would recommend doing this, unless I'm doing an intense smoky eye, I would normally just apply a little bit on the outer corner rather than bring it all the way in, only because it can get a bit messy, and I think it just goes with the natural look a little bit better. Now on the don't side, I'm going to just go straight in with the Tapered Blending on the black, and I'm going to show you how not to apply eyeshadow. So you don't want your eyeshadow to go up near the eyebrow. And in this case it has, and it's actually sort of gone underneath the gel eyeliner. So I wouldn't recommend bringing black under the eye too often all the way in. But for the purpose of this glamorous smoky eye that I seem to be creating here, I'm going to. A common mistake that I think a lot of people make when trying to make their natural lashes stand out is by over applying mascara. I think 2 coats is more than enough. So on the don't side, I'm going to just keep applying mascara until my eyelashes look like spider legs. And on the do side, I just like to apply a really thin coat, just to the bottom lashes and the top ones. Okay, So, for the purpose of this do and don't video, I'm actually going to overline my lips on one side. I don't normally do this, only because it's not that I'm not yet confident with overlining lips, I just feel like it doesn't always suit everybody. So I'm going to use Clara's Kiss Proof Lips in 03, and I'm going to use the applicator and apply it to the side, sorry, my do side, in the natural lip line that I have. So that's how I would do that side. Now on the don't side, I'm going to overline just probably too much. Okay, so as you can see, I've overlined the lips on this side. From a distance, it actually doesn't look too bad, but I can tell when I compare these photos, you're going to notice a huge difference. But basically, I just wanted to show you guys how I would recommend applying makeup on one side of my face, and this side is basically how I would recommend, how I personally would recommend not applying your makeup. So neither of these sides are right, and I don't feel that there is any rules with makeup, but yeah. Oh my god, look at those lips.